Okay. Are we live now? I can't even tell. Are we live now? Whoa. Okay, I think we're live. Cool. Let me get that loaded up. Let's go. Let's give us some more space. What's going on now? See, it started already. Oh, I haven't started my the backend. So let's go. Right. So what we want to do is so we've done the sign in, the confirm sign in. So when somebody signs in, they can then go to, they receive an email with their code. The code is here. Verify as, so let's do that for example. And then they get an access code, magic code. And that's called, I think it's called passwordless authentication. We ain't gonna read all that, are we? But the bottom line is, let's say for example, let me find a user that we have here. Let's say Mark. Okay, so that's Mark. So we'll say check your email. The code will expire in 1 hour, I believe, an hour and a half. So then if we go here, we should have one that was created for Mark, and that's the code. Okay, so the code technically goes to API as a query string. So then, as soon as that feels super weird to speak when there's nobody watching, but who cares? That helps me work a little better. So then they press enter, and that's gonna log them in. I'm not gonna do it now because I don't want to be Mark, because Mark has no Mark has no roles, so I want to remain system, so I'm not going to do it, but that's basically the bottom line. And what that does is once you confirm the sign in, so that's here, API confirm the sign in, so we check with the backend for the code, so we pass the code, which is search param here. We pass that code, and then the backend checks that the code is valid, and if it is, it responds with a session. So the session contains a token and user data that we can use straight away. Then what we do is we set the cookie, the session cookie to the token, and redirect to the home page. Then what that does is we use cookies, which is from React Cookies, Fire, super useful. Here, use cookies. As soon as we detect that the cookie session has changed, if there is no cookie, we remove everything. If there is one, then we set the token at home, which is a state, For those who don't know, Jote here. Oops. Super useful. I don't like context. I don't like to use context in Next. Overly complicated. Sometimes you just want a value, you just want to set it, you just want to read it. No nonsense, no complexity. So you just use Dote and it's pretty simple. You create a file with an atom and then you can read that atom everywhere else. So for instance here, we have the session token atom and the current user atom. And that's it really. For now, that's all we need. So we set the token here to the session token, the cookie that we got. Then what we do is we need to get the user data. So we post, that's not to NextJS backend, that's to the actual API session check. We pass on the cookie session and then we receive the data. Now, we should not do that normally. What we should do is we should do that, but in the backend right now is very simple. Where is it? Check, session check. Currently, so you get the token. We retrieve the user session based on that token, and then we move on to make sure it exists. If it doesn't, that's going to be a 404. And if it does, we make sure it's not expired. And if it's not expired, what we could do is change the SQL query to add where expires at is greater than now. But for now, we don't really care. Then we load the user if everything is okay, and we return the user, which is what we get here. That's the user with the roles. And that's it. So that allows us to, let me close this. That allows us to have basically the sign-in done, which means I can access admin from here, back conduit from here. Pretty basic stuff. And how does the guarding work? Let me close this here. Okay, let's clean it up. Admin, layout. So that's a server component. We load the current user and check whether it can do something. And that's the something that it should be able to do. If it cannot, then denied. And if it can, then we show the menu. I haven't done any styling. It's using Tailwind. We'll do the styling later. Right now, I don't really care. So that's the admin kind of border red to make it clear. P4. Yeah, that's the admin menu. So what is the app? What do we want the app to do? So what we want the app to do is we want to have a database of investors. What's the database of investors? Well, let's say, for example, you're a startup and you want to get some funding. You want to hit up some investors, VC, angels, funds. You can't just go one by one. So you need to have a list, and then you go through the list one by one, and you contact the right people in the right firms. A few websites that do that. So that's the project we have now. So first you have a few settings. What's an investors? So that's what we're going to go to the Golang backend. And we're going to look at entity. So what's an investor? It's a person or a company because both can invest. And what does it have? It has rounds that it invests in. So a round is is it pre-seed? Is it late stage? Is it seed, round A, seed A, series A, sorry. So it's a set of preferences basically. Geographies, so where do they invest? Is it only in the US, only in New York? Sectors, do they invest in blockchain? Do they invest in retail, real estate, whatever? Because the website is geared towards startups, we want to have something that's a little less, we're not going to have brick and mortar much. Check size, how much do they lend or do they invest? Not lend, sorry. How much do they invest and do they have a portfolio URL? We're going to change a few things here in the future, but for now, that's basically what we need. And that's essentially what you have here. Check size. You have a list of check sizes. You can add one, test, or like billion. So 1B. Label 1 billion. 1 bill. We don't care about the icon for now. So that's created. And then it's here. So then if we then add investors, we can select 1 billion if that's how much they invest. I've already done the update, the CRUD for these settings, and then we can remove it. Done. Now, we have the same for sectors. I created a few. Geographies, rounds, so rounds, yep, here. Then same as is something that's coming from schema.org, same as. So what that means is a company or a person can have multiple same as. So these are external services, websites, platforms, whatever. And whatever value we attribute to that same as object is essentially an equivalence. So we create same as types, which are types here. So for example, what's their LinkedIn, what's their website, what's their Twitter, X, what's their Crunchbase. And that's that. So for example, we can add a website, a LinkedIn or a Crunchbase to someone. It's just an equivalence. And why didn't I do it differently? For example, added a website field to the company, for example, here. Because they may have multiple. And also we wanted to add LinkedIn. And then I was like, well, then I'm going to add a LinkedIn column. But then we can add Crunchbase. And then there are so many other things where they may have a profile on that it was better to make it flexible and use same as a primitive. Then, so that's an investor. Now, if we go to the person, a person, first name, last name, summary, avatar, that's whatever, emails, tenures, and same as, which most of these fields are on the company anyway. Tenure. So what's a tenure? Or tenures. I don't even know. Not English. Tenure is an employment or a relationship that they hold, professional relationship that they hold, that is held between a person and a company. So it's basically, most of the time, an employment, but it can be less formal than an employment. It could be a person who is a partner in a firm, but they don't really work there. They just have their money, for example, there. Let me see that real quick. So then what we end up with is a list of investors. So I created that with dummy data. These are not real people or real company. I created that in, where is it? Stuff. So I did the company and the people first. With Faker was the name of the thing, Faker here. Then we added the sectors, geography, rounds, and check sizes to these companies and investors. And then I added relationship between people and companies, so the employments. And that's going to allow us to just work with tables and have data. So I built, that was this morning. What's going on here? I swear, that's driving me crazy. Whatever, we're going to deal with that later. So what I've done for now is pagination, as you can see. Then you can use filters. For example, we only want to see investors that are in China and the UK, either. So either China or the UK or both. Interested in crypto, seed, pre-seed, and with checks around that kind of vibe. And then you filter. So now we only have 47. So as you can see, China, UK, China, 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 UK, UK, only here. Crypto. And these are the stages we want. So for now, that's how it works. And then you can click on a specific investor. And that will bring you to the right, to their page, which we haven't designed yet. Now, the good thing with that and with server-side or server components with React, where is it? Search. It's super messy because I don't have, it's the first time I work with NextJS 14 app router. So I'm just trying to get my way around it, but we're there. We'll clean up later. Right now we're just boilerplating and proving the concept. So that's here. So what do? We extract the search params, so these, so then we can hit up the API, searching for the investors, which is what we have. And that's what we have here. Then it's just queries. Then we get the data. We load the filters, and the filters is what's used in here because we need that. That's the cache. So we load geographies, sectors, rounds, check sizes in parallel. And then we display the page. So we have a table. So we have the pagination here, which I put here. So the good thing is, because we're using server components, we can share the page, and that's quite nice. Now, I don't like, for example, that text is empty. I'm not sure how to remove that, but we could use, for example, Mitchell, which is the one here. And if we filter, there should be only one. Okay. Okay, so we've done that. And that seems to work pretty fine. Now what we want to do is make it look nicer, and also, yeah, we want to make it look nicer. So first of all, what do we use here? Let me extract the table because it's just too messy right now. List of investors items. Let's do that. Const list of investors, and then we want items investors. So we want components. What's going on here? Yeah, pretty much. Return, and then we're going to use that. And I think yeah, that's it. Are we still good? Are we still Gucci? Yeah, that works. Okay, so might move the pagination at the bottom. Okay, what we want to do is, let me move the filtering as well, because that's just super annoying. Filters. We're gonna let GitHub Copilot do the job right now. What's going on here? Okay, there's something going on, I'm not sure. How do you do in I hate TypeScript. How do you get the type of, return type of TypeScript, get return type of promise? Yeah, how do you unwrap that stuff? Awaited, is that a thing? Yeah, looks like it. Yes. Okay. Okay. I'm not sure what's going on right now. See, that's when you start touching stuff and it goes all belly up. Okay, so the limit is, let's do that, const limit. And the offset is 0. Okay, so that at least we have that now here. Oh, got it. I think that's what we want. Okay. Are we still good? Can I do... So I just want to select China. That's the only filter I have. Yeah. Okay, we did it. It's all good. So now we cleaned up a little bit the whole... we broke down the main piece. Let me move that. And initially I keep everything in one file. Because we don't want to couple, a component that I create here, for example, the filters or the list or the pagination. We don't want to use it somewhere else and then not knowingly coupling it. You know what I mean? Which might happen. So anyway, so what we're going to do right now, why do we use the rounds then? That's my point. We don't really use the rounds. Oh, no, we do. Oh, that's so annoying. Okay, anyway. I'm trying to think how we're going to do this. So we're going to put that here. We're going to have div, then we're going to have div and div, then we're going to have div and div. So here we're going to have this, we're going to have this, and here we're going to have the list of investors. Okay. So that should now give us flex row, at least MD or LG. Yeah, I don't even know. Class. So the width here should be 1/5, maybe. 4/5. And that's class, whatever. Yeah, so now what we have in the filters, we need to put these as I don't understand why. Options. Okay, so now here what we want is flex call gap 4. Is that what we're doing? Something like this. And then every select. Did I create a select? Yeah, I did. Hey. Does it look good? Not that good, to be fair. It's not looking nice. Where's the gap not? Oh, there's no gap here. Okay, gap 8. Okay, now what I don't understand is why do we have that bar here? My gosh, I hate designing. Is it because of the DevTools providers? Is it because of this? No. Do we still have it? No, we don't. Is that because of the headers? No. It might be because of that. Yeah, but what do you want me to do then? So what's the difference now? Oh, now we have this. What do you want me to do? Like literally, this is crazy. I don't really know that kind of works, I guess. I just don't like the look of it. Maybe we should use some, instead of a table, we could use because that could look kind of cute, but right now I'm not saying how that's gonna look cute. Class. So for example, if we do P4 here, and we do BG gray 100, and then this bit we do BG white rounded large. You know where I'm going here. P2. And we kind of do the same here and here. Makes no sense though. Like that's ugly. What if I don't want to have so what if I remove that bit? Then what? No, but so what if I remove that bit? This is crazy. I think that's because the cells, where is it? Cells have no wrap. Yeah, that's my point. If we do that, it's better. Yeah, it's better. And then we can say as a prop for the cell, no wrap. No wrap. That's it. So if there is one cell we don't want to wrap, for example, let's say the name, we can go here. Or is it? I don't even know at this point. Yeah. And then no wrap. Yeah. Yeah. And then it's not wrap anymore. Okay. How can we have checkboxes here instead? Like a group of checkboxes. So for example, let's say here we want to change that to damn, if that works, if Copilot just straight up spat the answer, it's crazy. We want to change the height, max height was, okay, let's do, no, max height. Okay, let's do 256, so that's 16, 64 here. but that's not really what I wanted. But that works. Because what we can do is, okay, that's a flex call gap 2, like this. But that's too. Overflow Y. Auto. Does that work? Yeah. And can we do the selected ones? Const sorted. That's crazy. So if we do that, ID is gonna come first. Let's go. See, little quality of life improvements. Okay, that's good. So now we keep reusing that everywhere here. So how can we remove that? Type checkbox list. We have items, or we have options. So that's a T. We need to make that generic T, an array of T. Then we have selected, we have strings or none or undefined. Then we want get ID. And then get label. Okay, we need these. Once we have that, we can do check box list. Okay, I don't like doing this at all. Props. Const equals props. Okay. So, and now we can do that. We can return so these are the options, and then it's opt. For each option we want the const ID equals get ID, get label. Oh, we want to sort them. So const sorted. To sorted, let's do that. So now we have sorted options. This is a little crazy. This is draining me. I hate this thing. I know, that's not even what we want. We want label, we want ID, and here we have selected ID. What's wrong with selected? Okay, so now we've done that, we can use a checkbox list here. So for instance, for the check sizes, we're gonna have option check sizes selected get ID. Okay. And here we're gonna do round selected, round options. See, thank God we have done that. No, I think it's rounds. Item dot ID, yeah, that's fine. Sect. What's the difference between these? Oh, got it. And then we have geographies. Geography selected does the same. Okay, so then we can remove all that stuff. Okay, so now every time we have a list, the first one. Whoa! What is going on here? And now what we can do is that directly. Okay, so that makes no sense. Why is it working for geography but not for what? You know what I mean? Like, why is it working for? Yeah, something weird happening right now. Geographies. Why is it not showing the blockchain one? Geographies blockchain. What? No, I must have messed up something here. Check sizes, rounds, sectors. Oh. Wow. That's driving me crazy. We need a name. Okay. What do you mean it's deprecated? Name, string, and we need it. Okay, so name. Actually, I don't remember what it was. I'm so hungry. Round name sectors. Oops. Okay, I think now we're good. So if we go to search, Spain, crypto. Yo! Check sizes is not working. Why? Check sizes. Yeah, that's the name. Is that because of this? Might be because of this. Yeah, okay. Damn, that was a little stressful, I'm not gonna lie. Okay. We can change the size to something a little smaller here. Does that even exist? Yeah, okay. Why does that remain here? How do you do a full reload? That's super annoying. Would that change the thing? Yeah, it does. Okay. We need to fix the pagination. It's too many pages. So how are we going to do that? Because how many pages do we want to show? How does it work currently? Because here items, we really want the, because it depends, if you have 2 page, like less than 10 pages, maybe we show them all. And if we don't have less than 10, if we have more than 10, we can show the first ones, then dot dot dot, the current one, maybe the one before, the one after, dot dot dot, the last one. So let's keep that like this. Actual items. What does that even mean? Yeah, that could work. So we're going to call that all items. We still need const items. So if all items, the length is greater than 10, then we're going to do items equals that, else items equals all items. And then we can use items. Now, if we are super selective with our stuff, and there's only 2 pages and we show them all. Four, let's add a little more. 6. Oh, I think we reached that. Yeah. And now we have 15 pages. So then we can go, I mean, we may want to have, yeah. Yeah, that looks pretty fair. And in that case, do we want to show the first one and the last one? First equals, last equals. Well, we probably want to show the dots here as well then. Now the problem is if we have, yeah, that's a problem. What? Okay, so subset. So there's a subset. So So what we want to do is if yeah, that stuff is crazy how speedy you can get. No, but that's the thing, like what's the problem here? Oh, no, my bad. That was a big mistake. That was a big mistake. The database is now probably overloaded. That was not very smart. Is that the one we need to kill? How do you kill the next? Oh, it's these. Okay. Yeah, we gotta get down and dirty here to save our lives. Okay, back to 3000. That's the thing, it's like, why? Oh, that's crazy. We're always gonna put the first one. And we're always gonna put the last one. Let's go with that. Okay, I'm gonna have to finish that offline. It's driving me crazy right now, I can't think. What would we have? Well, what's the obsession with the ellipsis? So now, if we're on the first page, how about we only... Yeah. The problem is now the subset is starting at a weird time. Let's do that. And here. Subset start. And so if essentially is okay. So you push the first, then if subset start is greater than 3 or equals to 3, then you add the ellipsis. What do you mean it's 1? Is greater than 0 or equal. No, greater. This is crazy. Greater to... Okay. We did it. Now then, what's the difference with here? Okay, it works. So I mean, does that really? Can we have a select? So page. So the number of pages. Array fill. How do you say new array? Oh, that needs to go. New array. I think we need pages fill with zeros. And then we want to return that, yeah. And the default value is the current page. Oh, no. And the name is offset, really? No? Yeah, page I, which is that to that. Plus 1. Okay. Do we want to have an automatic kind of redirect as soon as we select the page? Probably. Okay, we can do that later. What? Yeah, but React's gonna... Oh no, it's fine. Okay. That's it for now. We'll do a bit more probably later or tomorrow. Yeah. I'm going to try to make it look better, improve the design a little bit, because it's pretty much ready to be used as soon as it's looking decent. Yeah. I need to work on the admin panel, because right now it's a little bit rough. I need to create and design the investor page, so like the profile. Here you have the JSON that's returned with the employees. Yeah, there's quite a few things to work on, but we'll get there. Anyway, thanks. We'll do that again soon.